The end of an era is finally upon us. Funimation is officially dead as of April 2nd, 2024. Love them, hate them, Funimation is gone. It does seem like most of Funimation is gone. I think most people are probably have transitioned over to Crunchyroll. It's pretty much what they wanted people to do. There's still a massive catalog over there. It seems like, obviously, there's a lot of people that are still subbed with Funimation. I don't know if it's just people just forgot about it and it's just like relapsing payments or what, which gets me into a very important part in this video that you probably should know, because it's sketchy as hell that they're essentially transferring subscriptions over to Crunchyroll and continuing to charge, which you could probably assume it's them trying to maintain those, oops, I forgot to get rid of my sub. That's shady. I'm not going to make any legal claims here, but I don't think that's something that they should be doing. But aside from that, we still have a lot of real big issues with this shutting down of Funimation, including, yes, this massive catalog they have promised us they will move over to Crunchyroll that they have not done, over 200 titles, plus Uncut, different languages, everything that is not being moved over that I'm thinking they're probably at some point just going to kind of push under the rug. Oh, you're wondering what happened to your digital purchases over at Funimation? Yeah, we don't have a system for that. Just assume we're probably not going to do that, and you're going to lose your digital purchases. We get yet another example of why you should not buy digital-only goods. Because, yes, at some point with Funimation, it's on April 2nd of 2024, it's going to go away. You don't own it. But anyways, yes, love Funimation or hate Funimation, this is pretty much seems like the closure of an era. I personally had my enjoys of Funimation. I had my frustrations with the Funimation, mostly around their dub people, but not all of them. Just a good portion of them. I'd never really liked that culture within there that kind of stung me wrong at some point. Not that I want to get into that with this video, but it's sad to kind of see it go. But I think at this point we can technically claim that Funimation is gone because, yes, when the whole buyout happened of Crunchyroll, they claimed Funimation was buying Crunchyroll, but I think I made a point at that point. I think Crunchyroll at this point is going to be the behemoth that is eventually going to consume Funimation. That's what happened. At some point, they announced they're going to merge all their catalog to Crunchyroll. They're the ones going to handle it. I don't know. I don't have a confirmation, but it seems like most of their dubbing left Funimation. I assume they were going to keep the dub studios and do it there. They may still be doing that, but obviously their distribution, their creation of masters are all going to Sony. What else is there left? If the website is now going to be shut down, which is probably, the Funimation website could be actually being hosted by Crunchyroll at this point. It's obviously not going to be in servers at Funimation's like warehouse because that's a lot of servers. But it seems like everything has been removed, and now finally the website itself is shutting down, so we can officially claim Funimation is dead. It's gone. It is no longer going to be around. It's the end of an era. But yeah, a lot of people got emails saying they're going to be shutting it down. They're migrating all of your catalog and everything, migrating your history, migrating your account. So if you go to Crunchyroll right now, it's going to ask you if you want to merge your accounts and all that kind of stuff. And yes, a lot more little spicy details within the FAQ that they made for this one, which we're going to get into now, which, yes, let's dive into it. Funimation ends of services as part of Crunchyroll's unification of fan services announced on March 2022. The Funimation app and website will sunset on April 2nd, 2024. Rest assured, this transition will not impact your access to a vast library of anime available on Crunchyroll. We remain committed to delivering the best anime streaming experience and will continue to expand our offerings to cater to your diverse interests. You are technically impacting it. Yes, not on Crunchyroll, but you are technically taking away everybody's purchases. And yes, a massive catalog that's not moved over yet. And yes, uncut versions. Why is Funimation ending? Just say because we got bought out. At Funimation, our mission has always been to provide fans with exceptional streaming experience and access to the largest anime library in the world, which I would agree. I can't really think of any other company in the entire world that has this catalog, even in Japan. Legally, by the way. I'm saying legally. Legally. The collaboration between Funimation and Crunchyroll, it's not a collaboration, by the way. It's an ownership. Don't call it a collaboration. Allows us to continue delivering our mission to bring you the best of anime content. When will this sunset happen? April 2nd. That's a stupid question. Is all the Funimation catalog available on Crunchyroll? I'm surprised they actually have this in this FAQ. Most of the content has been migrated already. We're just missing, like, I don't know, 260. Web Gaming, which is somebody I regularly talk to, a friend of mine, he's crazy, and so he's been keeping an eye on the entire catalog, and he's lists 266 items. And again, that's not even counting the subs and dub versions that they didn't transfer both of them. Like some catalog items, they only moved over the dub. Some they only moved over the sub. Some they only moved over the uncut versions. Some they only moved over the cut versions. Like Akudama Drive is still censored on Crunchyroll. Original broadcasts, when I watched it on Funimation, the only version you had was uncut. And for some reason later on they got a cut version, and that version got moved over. It's like, and it's not like nudity or anything, it's violence. They're censoring violence. It's like, where's the uncut version? Anyways, continuing. Our team is working daily to bring more content and to all of our fans. I think they're pretty much just going to give up. I think there's probably whatever has not been moved over at this point, because they've slowed down to a halt. So whatever they have not moved over from Funimation to Crunchyroll, just say it. You're not moving them. There's probably a contractual reason, like they were only able to put it on Funimation.com. They're not allowed to put it on Crunchyroll.com. Something contractually is probably keeping them from doing that, or they're just lazy and they don't care. Nobody's watching it. Don't move it. Is my Funimation? Here is my. You need to know about this. Is my Funimation subscription going to transfer to Crunchyroll? Will the price of my subscription change? This is a need to know, by the way. Your Funimation subscription will be automatically transferred to Crunchyroll. And there's an asterisk here, and I think that's because there's certain regions that's not going to happen in. Going forward, the subscription fees will reflect in the next billing cycle through Crunchyroll or a third-party access platform, following Crunchyroll's pricing. To access Crunchyroll subscriptions, user will need to log into Crunchyroll using the same credentials they use at Funimation. Please note that your transfer of the Funimation subscription to Crunchyroll may vary depending on your specific payment platform. That's the other kind of asterisk there, and region and subscription type. Please refer to the exceptions listed below for more information. So let's dive into that. Their exceptions area. While all these users will be able to transfer their Funimation watch history and queue to Crunchyroll, they may notice some variations of Funimation subscriptions transferred to the following. Subscriptions located in Canada. If you have a Funimation monthly subscription, you'll be experiencing a currency change on your next billing cycle. If you have a Funimation annual subscription, your current premium subscription is not available on Crunchyroll platform, so your subscription will be canceled. However, you can migrate your Funimation watch history and all that kind of stuff. That's a question mark there. If you have an annual subscription, you have paid for a year, check to make sure you're going to get a refund for what you have not gotten. That's important. Legacy subscriptions. As part of transition to Crunchyroll, the price of your new Crunchyroll plan will increase on your next billing cycle and charge your current payment method on file. Future billing will be provided by Crunchyroll. You will receive an email with more information. They're going to move your subscription from Funimation to Crunchyroll and possibly charge you more. This is important. Everybody should know about this. Again, I don't know how they legally can do this. It's literally like Hulu, like you're sub to Hulu, and then someday they just get bought out by Netflix, and they immediately transfer over to Netflix, and you get charged $25 a month, where you were getting charged $15 a month. That doesn't seem like that should be legal, but they must think it's legal, or maybe they just don't care. Roku Pay subscribers, your subscription will change to Crunchyroll Fan Plan, and these changes will reflect on your next billing cycle and charge for your current payment method with Roku. If you want to make changes to your subscription, please visit your account information through Roku. Subscription located in Chile. To maintain your subscription plan, Funimation, watch history, and blah, 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 you will need to opt in. See, it looks like Chile at least has some sort of legality behind that, so you have to opt in. This should be across the board. Anyways, let's go back. I'm a Funimation subscriber, but I only have a free Crunchyroll account. Will my subscription and data be transferred? Yes, your subscription will be transferred over automatically. Future subscription fees will be reflected through your next billing cycle through Crunchyroll. So yes, again, you have a free account with Crunchyroll. You have a paid account with Funimation. They're moving you over and going to start charging you there. Again, this is stuff that everybody should know. I have never had a Crunchyroll before. Will my subscription and data be transferred? Yes. Your Funimation subscription will be transferred automatically, and you will have access to it by logging into Crunchyroll with your Funimation credentials. Again, I don't have an account with Crunchyroll. I don't want to have business with Crunchyroll, but I have one with Funimation. It's going to transfer over. Why I think they're doing this, and I think it's shady. I don't know if it's legal, but it seems very shady. Why I think they're doing this is because they're trying to bank on those that have subs with Funimation that have probably forgot they have a sub with them. They want to keep those people. Because again, I don't know any reason why anybody would be subbed to Funimation right now. Everything that was on Funimation was going to Crunchyroll, and Crunchyroll had a lot more other items. So I don't know who would be subbed to there. So I think they're probably just trying to maintain all those subs. Can I get a refund for my Funimation subscription? To cancel your subscription, you have to go to Funimation account settings by April 2nd. After that date, you'll have to cancel on Crunchyroll. For refunds, reach out to support team for available options based on your payment method. Again, my wrap up there. I think this is shady. It shouldn't really be happening, but they're transferring everybody automatically. I do think the accounts should be merged. This is a good thing. Now, again, I think there should be an opt-in aspect there because I think there is a legality issue there with transferring data. Again, I'm not a lawyer, but still, I think that's a good option. I think that's a good thing. Like when I logged into Crunchyroll and they said, hey, do you want to merge it? I'm like, yeah, sure. I mean, why not? And yes, you're technically opting in when you select that when you're at Crunchyroll. The shady thing here that really bugs me is the transferring of the subscription. And yes, in some cases, increasing the subscription for people that probably have forgotten that they have a sub over there. But the last little question they have is, what is going to happen to my digital copies? Yeah, you know, whenever you buy a copy of Funimation titles and it says you get a digital copy with it, or you went to their website and said, hey, I want to watch this movie, and they're like, $20 if you want to watch it on Funimation. We understand that you may have concerns about your digital copies from Funimation. Please note that Crunchyroll does not currently support Funimation digital copies, which means access to previously available digital copies will no longer be supported or will not be supported. However, we will continue to work. We are continuously working to enhance our content offerings and provide you with exceptional anime streaming experience. That's such a non-answer. We appreciate your understanding and encourage you to explore the extensive anime library at Crunchyroll. You're obviously worried about what you bought, these digital copies that you bought, these ones and zeros that for some reason you threw money at us thinking that we're going to keep it around. Well, don't worry, because we're working with Crunchyroll to get them more stuff over there and provide great streaming. That doesn't answer the question. I said this when they first announced that there was going to be a merger. At that point, they said, yeah, even at that point, they said Crunchyroll doesn't really have that feature, that VOD feature where you're paying to pay-per-view, basically. They don't have that feature. And at that time, I said, mark my words, they will not move those over, and they will not create a system for it. Crunchyroll is about sub to us, and you get this catalog. They're not about buy this for $50, and you get to watch it whenever you come to our website. No, they are about you pay monthly. That's all we care about. Just come to our catalog, keep that sub going. And I was assuming at that point, all that stuff was just going to get swept under the rug. The way that they answered that was basically, we're not going to move this service. Now, the way that they can fix this, and it seems like that could be what they're sort of mentioning here, but they're not going to say it because then it's confirming or denying what they're going to do. It could be that they're simply going to make sure that everything that you could have bought pay-per-view or gotten a Blu-ray of that had that code is going to be available if you're subbed to that channel. The problem with that is that you're having to sub to watch it, even though you already bought it. So it doesn't really fix anything, but it is technically saying we're trying to make sure it's all available to everybody. But still, that just goes to show you, people, if you buy something, if you buy a digital good, you do not own it, and eventually it will shut down. It is an ongoing debate that people have, and it's never going away, unfortunately. This mindset that you think that you own something that you don't. But that is the news. RIP Funimation, whether you love them or hate them. But I definitely want to make this video, and I think a lot of my encouragement to make this video is to really push heavy on people. Check your subs. If you have something with Funimation, you don't really remember that you have it, they're moving it over, and you're going to be charged for possibly more than what you did before. I don't know how they get away with that, but they're doing that. But it is what it is. RIP Funimation, RIP the 200 plus titles that have not been moved over yet. Probably going to be never moved over. So maybe look online, try to find that catalog and watch them while you can, because it's probably going to be, or just watch them on another site. What do we care about that for? Anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, make sure that like button down below, comment, let me know what you think of this whole situation. Additionally, if you're new to the channel, make sure that subscribe button to get my content and news, reviews, first impressions, top lists if it's anime, is pretty much here. Make sure to spread the word out there. Let people know, hey, check your subs. If you've never been subbed to Crunchyroll, you've been subbed to Funimation, make sure it's canceled because you're probably going to be charged. Additionally, if you like this content and you want to support the channel more, I have a Patreon link, tips link, super thanks, membership button down below. Greatly appreciate what it does, and y'all take care.